Good day, everyone. We are from Group 2, and today we will present our case study titled Bukit Kukus Road Landslide. This incident occurred on 19 October 2018 at a construction site in Paya Terobong, Penang, and have claimed 9 workers' lives and injured 4 others, making it one of Malaysia's most serious construction failures. Now, I will briefly explain the background of the incident. The project, which constructed by Yuta Maju Sdn Berhad, was a hillside road development aimed to improve traffic connectivity between Paya Terobong and Relau through extensive earth cutting and slope modification. On 19 October 2018, at around 1:50 p.m., a massive landslide suddenly occurred. Approximately 42,000 tons of soil and debris collapsed from the upper slide and slid down toward the base of the hill. At the base of the hill were several workers' accommodation cabins known as Kongsi, where the foreign construction workers were staying. The landslide buried these cabins, trapping workers underneath. Emergency rescue teams were deployed immediately, but tragically, the disaster claimed 9 lives and injured 4 others. This incident attracted national attention and raised serious concern about construction safety, slope management, and engineering responsibility in hillside development projects.
Now I will talk about the technical engineering failure in the Bukit Kukus landslide. First, the contractor built a temporary embankment to park heavy crane using loose, uncompacted sandy soil. This highly unstable platform was constructed without proper geotechnical calculations or formal design submission, directly violating Section 8(1) of the Act. Second, there was zero engineer drainage to manage surface runoff. Heavy rainfall saturated the soil, drastically increasing pore water pressure and triggering the collapse. Failing to design proper water management breached Section 15(1)(o) of the Act for lacking due skill and care. Third, the project independent checker completely failed their technical audit. Neglecting to verify the missing calculation allowed critical mistake to go unnoticed, which direct violation of due skill and care under Section 15(1)(o). Fourth, basic risk assessment was ignored. Placing workers' cabin directly inside the landslide hazard zone violated Regulation 24B, which require engineer to prioritize public and worker safety. Ultimately, this failure led the Penang government to blacklist the contractor, consultant engineer and independent checker, while the contractor also faced OSHA fine for unsafe procedure.
In this section, I'll discuss about the ethical reasons of failure leading to the Bukit Kukus landslide. First, professional negligence and lack of integrity. The engineers failed to properly assess slope stability risk, leading to the landslide and loss of life. This violates Section 15 of the Engineers Act 1967, which holds engineer accountable for negligence and misconduct. Second, absence of certified engineering approval. Critical work was done without approval from a certified engineer, compromising safety and public trust. This violates Section 18 of the Engineers Act 1967, which mandates that only certified engineers can submit plans and design. Third is the involvement of unqualified practice. Unqualified engineers were involved in significant parts of the project, risking the project's safety and quality. This violates Section 24A of the Engineers Act 1967, which prohibits unregistered persons from providing engineering services. And finally, disregard for human life and public safety. The engineers failed to assess and address the risk leading to the landslide. This violates Regulation 24 of the Registration of Engineers Regulation 1990, which requires engineers to prioritize public safety.
To ensure a disaster like Bukit Kukus never happened again, our industry must strictly enforce the registration of Engineers Act and its regulations. First, temporary earthworks must receive formal design submission, reviewed and endorsed by a professional engineer with a practicing certificate, exactly as mandated by Section 8(1). Second, prioritize safe by design. Safety must come before cost and schedule. This includes placing worker cabins outside the runout area, which fulfill the public duty of care under Regulation 24. Third, continuous site supervision and auditing is non-negotiable. Engineers failing to conduct regular audits must face immediate disciplinary action under Section 15. Fourth, drainage and water control must be mandatory, with proper runoff management and inspection. Finally, contractors cannot make design decisions. Sections 7 and 24A strictly prohibit unregistered individuals from performing professional engineering services. Any engineering services must be approved by a qualified engineer. To conclude, the Bukit Kukus case shows that hillside construction has a high risk of slope failure and engineering mistakes can lead to direct loss of life. So safety must be non-negotiable. Engineers have a responsibility to ensure competent design, continuous site supervision, and strict compliance with Engineers Act to prevent similar incidents from happening again. Thank you.